Hi folks, welcome to this new Cancha tutorial on drill hole selection. I guess, this example, we're coming to the end of the year and the geologists have come to us and said they've got some money left in the budget and would we like a metallurgical drill hole? Of course we said yes. And so basically this is our data here. You can see the block model, and if I turn it off and put it transparent, you can say, well, I'm not exactly sure where in here would be the best bang for the buck in order to get more metallurgical samples. Maybe I'll do distance to drill hole. So I come here to features, sample distances. I'll use the block model feature of min zone in order to calculate the distance from each block to the nearest sample within the same min zone. So the block is checking the samples within the same min zone. We come back to 3D, it's going to quickly calculate that, put it onto the metallurgical samples, and then into every block is going to have this new value. And now we can load up here, sample distance min zone. And if I put on this ISO surface thing, I could say, okay, only show me blocks with a distance greater than, say 100. Let's just go like that. So, okay, here we can see these areas here have got greater than 213 meters to the nearest sample. Let's make it just type it in, 200. So, looks good in the middle, but over on the west side here, there's a bunch of stuff here with no holes. So let's just go ahead and change the bounds on that and bring it in. Bring the bounds into this area. So we can choose a drill hole over here somewhere. So a whole bunch of area here that's not been done. Let's find out what drill holes we've got here. So let's put on the collars and the paths. And we can see that these holes here might be candidates. So if we want to get in, here in the middle here of these three here, it might be a good place to have a hole. What we're going to do is we're going to average, I guess we'll average the two between these holes, okay? So we just put on the label so we know which holes they are. That's 332C and 316. So both from 17, 332C, 316, okay? So if we... there's 316. So I'll just come up to the top here on the drill holes tab on the right. You've got the shells, drill holes, metallurgical samples. Just go on the drill hole one, click on the plus. And what we want to do is look for that, was it 17? Remember? 316. 332C and 316. So what I've done is I've held down my control key on the keyboard, and now I've got these two selected. Okay, and what it does here is, I'll just give it a drill hole 2023, which is when we're recording the video. What it's done here is give me the average easting, northing, RL, azimuth, and dip of those two holes. If it was to select a third hole, it would also do the same. So if I knew that third hole name, I could hold down control and get an average of 3, 4 holes, whatever you want. The only thing it doesn't do right now in Cancha, we'll fix this in the future. Let's just put a longer depth. It only does it for 10 meters. Let's do it for 300. And hit OK. So it's now going to give us at the bottom of the drill holes, it's going to have these, I have to reconsolidate. So hit the orange button at the top when we've done this sort of thing. Reconsolidating, projecting the block model onto that new hole, and now we have the drill hole 2023. That's where it is. And now if we look at it, where are we? We can see that it's exactly between 332C and 316. It's the mathematical average between the two. So now if we go to logs, for example, we can click on it and it's empty. But if I clear all those and I just go to the block model projected on the drilling here in the feature list, I can put on, for example, the copper grade and the cyanide soluble copper, or the iron grade, and things like that, the lithology, min zone. They've all been projected onto that hole, the DH2023. So that's how we would say, okay, now we can see the sort of grades we're going to get. We can see what sort of intercepts we might get, based on the block model. And then we could also look at, for example, the holes that contributed. We can see how they might compare. And then we can get an idea what sort of drilling we're going to get before we do the drill hole. Once we're done with that, if we're happy with the result, then we would just get this collar information, the easting, northing, RL, azimuth, and dip and depth, and give that to the geologist and say, can you please drill that for us? Or tell us why not. Okay, cool. Well, that's how you do drill holes.